All right, so the hype is real, hyperadio.com. What's going on? It's your big dog, Defunct the Legend, and yeah, it's LOL Fridays. Once again, we do it like this each and every Friday. Hold on, I gotta start my my Instagram feed. Hold on one second. Let me get you right here. Bing. All right, Instagram's popping. Now we popping. So, like I said, Friday, we always bring the hottest of the hot, the dopest of the dope, the best of the best, right? In comedy. Now, I met this brother, I have to say, maybe about 4 months ago, if I'm guessing correctly, about 4 months ago. This dude runs something that I've never seen before, a mobile comedy club. Never heard of that before until I met Mr. Justin Greenberg in the house.
Hey.
Yeah, baby. Justin's in the house. What up, man? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me. It's exciting. We're happy to be here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing, dude.
Yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing to have you here, my friend. It really is. I'm glad you decided to stop by for this extravaganza. Now, you came from out of town, right?
Yeah, we're living in Brentwood now. So
Brentwood?
Little ways away.
That's where the whites live, huh? The whites. I'm not welcome in Brentwood, am I?
No, you're welcome.
Oh,
You're
okay.
welcome everywhere, man.
That's right, because I'm a man. No, I'm saying though, thank you for coming, man. I appreciate you, bro. So you do something that's really unique, but before we talk about that, let's talk about your comedy itself, because you also do stand-up, correctly?
Yeah, I do stand up for sure.
Yep.
I started my comedy career in 2019, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was early 2019. and,
Okay, all right.
I've always been a fan of comedy, you know. I always watched it when I was younger. My dad would like tape specials, you know, like with the VCR, right, old school.
Yeah.
I always liked, you know, Robin Williams and like Jim Carrey, Chris Farley, Adam Sandler, right.
Right.
I always like the people that just like put it out there, you know. They just went for it.
Yeah, definitely. So who's your favorite of the favorites?
I don't know. Robin Williams probably takes the cake. I think.
For real?
Yeah, I think he's just my favorite. He just has so much energy. He just lets it rip. I just really appreciate that, admire it, you know.
Yeah, how does he do that? Or how did he do that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. I mean, it's like once he turns on that light, because I always heard that Robin was kind of quiet, you know, when he wasn't on. And then when he turned on, that light came on and just, it was crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of feel the same way. I think he went to acting school, right? He went to Juilliard, I think. He had a lot of training and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I just always thought he was great.
Right.
Yeah, I just always thought he was great. You know, just putting the energy out there. So when I started in 2019, the reason I started was, there's actually multiple reasons, but one of them, my dad passed in 2018.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no worries. He was like a super funny guy, and I told him, I was like, man, I'd love to see you on stage someday, you know, like I think that'd be so cool. And then I didn't get to see that. And then another reason, my buddy from a longtime friend from kindergarten, he's up in Oregon now, but I watched him do his comedy career for like 7 or 8 years.
All right, what's his name?
Nick McCarr.
All right.
Yeah, shout out to Nick.
Shout out to Nick. What up, Nick?
But I watched him do it for multiple years, and I thought it would be really cool to try it out, you know. I'm also a very introverted person, so it's a big challenge, right? Get up there and, you know, get out of your shell a little bit. So there's just all these reasons that kind of came together, and I just really wanted to try it out. And I was part of a couple weddings. I was the best man for a couple weddings.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're trying to impress the bridesmaids, huh?
That's right. Yeah, just like it's something really small, but just like putting together like a little speech, right? And then, like doing that a couple times, I was like, oh, this is kind of, you know, helping you get over your fear of public speaking.
And
all
they
that
say
stuff,
it's the number one fear in the world, public speaking.
Exactly. So doing that a couple times, and then, you know, again, just kind of wanting to get out there and challenge myself, it just kind of naturally happened, you know.
Right.
Never really expected to, you know, be on stage.
Right.
To be quite honest.
And then look, all of a sudden, boom! You're not only on stage, but you're also allowing other comedians to come and bless your stage, which is mobile. Now, let me ask you this, brother. How did you come up with this idea?
Yeah. So, like, it started really with just, like, wanting a bus, to be quite honest. I just really wanted to get a bus. That was my first, like, thing. And then I found one in Sunnyvale, California.
Right.
And that's where we got it, brought it home. You know, it wasn't running. The engine was blown, right?
But
it was a good shell, though, right? It was a really good shell. And I was like, okay, this is cool. I got it. So now I got to get an engine. I was going to go with the original stock one, but I ended up getting a Subaru conversion because I wanted reliability, wanted to go on road trips, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then, yeah, it just kind of turned out like after, starting comedy in early 2019, I was like, man, I could probably fit a stage in there, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could probably
yeah.
do a mobile thing. I watched all these other people, have shows. I went to a bunch of open mics. My first open mic was at Woodham's in San Jose, right?
All right.
Just experiencing that, I just thought, man, it'd be really cool to run my own thing, and it just kind of evolved over time. It wasn't, it wasn't really something that I had like the whole picture in mind. But yeah, I thought it'd be really cool as a concept to like have the bus, and like that's a very old thing, right?
Yeah, buses, old school.
And I wanted to integrate like some like technology with it. I thought it'd be really cool to like bring some like modern elements into it. So I had all these crazy ideas, and still working on it. It's a progress, project in progress.
Yeah. So, but I'm telling you what, man, your project is dope. I've had the opportunity to perform on a couple of your shows, man. I think 3 or 4? Is it 3 or 4?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but
multiple times.
But they're dope, man. It's a great vibe. It's a good environment, and you always host it, and you always do a great job at hosting it and making everybody feel welcome. The last show we did though was pretty dope. It was packed. We couldn't even get in. The comics had to sit outside. It was that packed. So many people in that winery. It was off the chain though. It was really nice.
Yeah, for sure. That's William Welch out there in Martinez. That was a really fun show.
Right.
Yeah, that was probably the most packed it's ever been. Had people that advertise on Eventbrite. They see it on Instagram. Instagram seems to be where it's at for me right now.
Hell yeah, man! Shout out to Instagram.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that was a great show. He's very supportive. The owner, Steve. Shout out to Steve.
All right.
But yeah, that was a fun time. That's a good spot to do it as well.
Yeah. They were engaged, man. They really were happy that you brought comedy to their town, and you brought good comedians that actually made them laugh. Didn't really offend them too much, and just we just did our thing, man, and they appreciated it. You could tell after the show, they were all coming up to us and taking pictures and whatnot, and that's always a good thing for us because it helps our self-esteem as performers, and it validates what we're trying to do, with our lives. You know what I mean? So you got to keep those kind of crowds coming to your shows. Now, speaking of that, how do you get people to come to your show since you're mobile, right? So it's like they don't know where you're going to be or when you're going to be there.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I mean, social media, of course, right? Eventbrite has been really good.
Yeah.
Eventbrite offers like free events, so I think, especially Martinez, I think people are looking for something to do, right?
Yeah.
I think they're very excited about that show in particular.
Yeah, because there wasn't nobody in that town. That was a ghost town, bro. Everybody was at that show, the whole town.
That's right. Yeah, other than that, I do have my website, busoutLaughing.com on there.
Okay.
I put all my show details, there's links to the social media on there. I try to promote the comics as well, right? So I have you on the show, put your Instagram, your Facebook, everything on there. So, when we're there doing the show and people like the comedian, I try to make it very easy for them to follow you guys.
I've never seen a booker do that before, and I think that is so dope. All you do is just go and you can see the lineup. On what's the website again?
Yeah, busoutLaughing.com.
BusoutLaughing.com. Check it out, man, because it's definitely a good read, man, and it's a good click it, like it, and save it so you can find out, where this brother's going to be next with all his modalities and his mobile comedy show, man. I mean, I don't know why I didn't think of this. I'll be thinking of some shit. I don't know why I didn't think of going mobile with the comedy shows. Why not, man? Especially in the summertime.
For sure.
Is it harder in the winter for you?
You would think it would be, but I think people are always looking for something to do. But yeah, it's a mobile show, right? I try to go everywhere. That was the concept, and I have I could do indoor, I could do outdoor, right? I've got solar panels on the top that allow me to power anything. So I'm trying to go anywhere I can. It's super fun. I love doing it. I just can't say enough about it.
Yeah, man, I think it really is dope. So, where'd you get the inspiration to do it? I mean, were you in bed one night and you just said, you know what, I'm gonna go mobile?
Yeah. I mean, I try to get anywhere, right? I was trying to make it available to anyone that wants to book me. Originally, I wanted to like go out to like the beach or something, right? Go to a park, go to anywhere, right?
A beach comedy show would be dope. I've never been on one of those.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think it'd be really fun. The only problem is I see why like comedy happens at the bar, right? There's people there. So my big challenge is trying to figure out if I'm going to do something outside that's not at a venue or something.
Right.
You know, so I'm looking for partnerships. I'm looking for growing the business, trying to partner with like food trucks or anyone else that's doing like street fair events. I did one recently in Vallejo. Yeah.
Vallejo.
That was our first one. It was so cool. It was like an outside show. I had the buzz. I had my own power right there. I had my sign, everything, the stage. Like, it was a small gathering, but it was really cool to like have that outside concept finally.
Now, what do you have? A generator to get the power going, or?
Yeah, there's solar panels on the top.
Oh, that's right. You just said that. I'm paying attention.
No worries. Yeah, it's lithium ion battery in there.
Right.
Yeah, it's great.
Good.
Yeah. It powers everything. I mean, it's a pretty small setup, which is my PA, maybe some lights.
But it sounds great though, man. It sounds dynamic. I don't know how you pick those speakers, but they sound really good. Really good. Okay, so Bust Out Laughing is the name of the company.
Yes.
How many people you got working with you or for you? Or is it just you?
It's pretty much just me, like running the show.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a one-man show. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's fun.
Yeah, I can imagine, because you have to promote it. You got to get to the venue. You got to talk to the venue. You got to talk to the comedians, which is hard. It's like herding cats sometimes with us. You know, it is. I try to get cats booked on here, and trust me, it's not easy. It's not easy, man. It's hard. You got to catch them because they're slippery. So yeah, man, you got to do all of that, and then you have to perform because you host it too.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot. I usually try to get there early, so I'm like mentally prepared. Set everything up. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, like I said, I started in 2019, and it was crazy too because after I got started with my show, my first show was September actually of 2019.
Okay.
There was a place in Fremont called Das Brewery.
Right.
It was like the perfect situation. They had like an outside area outside of the brewery where I could just pull the bus up, sit right there. They had outside seating. They had food truck. Like, it was like the perfect outdoor setup.
Okay.
Like, the concept was kind of born and everything.
Right.
And yeah, it worked out really well. So that's where it all got started. And then it was just crazy that it was right before the pandemic hit.
Oh, right before the world ended.
Right. It was like the last show we did was in March. I think it was like March 14th of 2020, and it was like after everyone was already aware of coronavirus, and they were making fun of it and stuff.
Right.
And I remember the owner was super uneasy that last show, and I was like, no, we're still gonna do it. We're still gonna do it. But it was just crazy to me that this whole concept of me being mobile right before that hit.
Right.
And then everything closed down, and it would have been great to go out and hit up some more venues and stuff. I just didn't want to catch it. Right. I was a little scared.
Yeah.
To have this mobile concept right before that hit was just it's really weird timing. But yeah, I think it's working out well now. I think people enjoy the buzz and kind of bust out laughing, the pun, right?
Yeah, I like the pun. I like the buzz. I enjoy the concept and everything about it, man. It's so dope. So how do you get your comedians? I mean, what do you do? Do you just go online, go on social media, or do they hit you up, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's kind of a mixture of everything. I go on social media, I go out to open mics, I kind of network with people, scout a bit. I enjoyed, used to live down in the San Jose area, so would go down and go to Roosters and just network with people. They had the was a new talent showcase. That was really cool.
Right.
But yeah, just networking, talking to people online, sourcing comedians, and just kind of just networking as best I can, basically.
So for all the comedians who may be watching right now live on the feeds, how do they get a hold of you if they want to get a booking on one of your mobile shows?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you go to the website bustoutLaughing.com, there's a link to the an email link. So bustoutLaughing@gmail.com. Feel free to send me a message through email. You can go on my Instagram, which is also bustoutLaughing.
Right.
Send me a message. Just send me a reel. Right. Let me know what who you are. Just
5-minute clip. Right.
Yeah, 5-minute clip or something recent. Yeah, it's pretty easy. So typical situation, kind of similar to what Patrick was talking about when he was on the show. Just kind of check you out and make sure it's the right fit, right?
Right. And shout out to Patrick too. They just got a dog He named it Snoop. And I will show you the pictures after we get off the air. But yeah,
Nice.
it's a beautiful little puppy too, man. A little black and white puppy. But anyway, I got off track. So yeah, that's now if they're a business, right? And they want to bring a mobile comedy show to their business, how do they do that?
Yeah, for sure. Through the website, there is a way that you could, again, you can email me, but there is a form on there. There's
Right.
a Google form at the moment, so you can
Right.
fill that out. Just ask some basic questions like, what date are you looking for?
Okay.
Like kind of what's the format? Typically what I do is, 6 to 8 comedians, including myself.
Yep.
And so I think a lot of people like the diversity of, more comics than less.
Yeah.
Kind of changing the format a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, people like the variety shows, so they just, reach out to me on there through the form. I will, get back to you right away and, set something up. I just actually was just in Elk Grove before this, and I was talking to a guy at Coates Brewery.
Okay.
We just set something up for January 11th. So.
Nice. You like to do a lot of brewery shows, huh?
Yeah, it seems to be like breweries or wineries, are good places, bars, where
Yeah.
people already are. But I do want to expand and, try to go anywhere that I wanted,
Yeah.
private shows. We just did our first private show in San Mateo,
Oh,
actually.
nice. Private show. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a corporate gig in San Mateo at Pinstripes, which is a nice little like venue.
Right, right.
So yeah, that was really cool. Just
Okay.
trying to expand as much as I can. Any way I can.
Yeah, because you do bring a variety of flavors to your shows. Like the last show when I was on, you had Asian, black, and white. I think there was a Mexican guy and a midget. So I mean, you really hooked it up. Oh wait, I can't say midget. I said it, it's too late. So yeah, you hooked it up, man. So I have to commend you, my brother. I do. So how long are you gonna keep doing this, man? How long are you gonna let this thing roll out until you say, you know what? I'm kicking my feet up. I'm letting somebody else take over. I'm now the executive CEO, aka God of Bust Out Laughing.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna keep going forever. I think. I mean,
Yeah.
this is fun. I enjoy doing it. Right? If you
Right.
don't enjoy it, then you shouldn't do it. So
That's right.
It's a lot of work, but it's definitely fun. I mean, I do think at some point it would be interesting to try to expand it and bring people on and all that stuff, but just not there yet.
Right.
So, but yeah, I'm very excited to have the places that I have right now. I've worked with you in Fairfield. We were
Right.
at Pioneer Tap Room out
Right.
there.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, and then
A
down.
little windy, but still dope.
yeah, for sure. I had some trouble with my curtains staying up. Yeah,
But
but
still good shows though. Good shows. What's harder, man? Or actually, not what's harder. What's your main goal now? What's gonna happen like later on? Are you gonna skew off of this and just go straight to stand up, or do you feel that the business is more important and you're gonna stick with the business versus stand up? Because you can't always do both. You're gonna get old eventually, and it's gonna start to hurt.
for sure.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really have like a 5-year plan of thinking far out. I'm just trying to grow it. I'm just trying to expand it. Just trying to bring joy and happiness to people. And,
Right.
Just kind of expand the business as best I can. So I don't
feel
really have a plan at the moment. I definitely enjoy being on other people's shows and expanding my comedy career myself. But I have a lot of fun just kind of hosting and doing that thing. So I work full time outside of the Bust Out Laughing.
Wow, man, how do you find time to just relax, man? You work full time and you do the Bust Out Laughing. That's a full time job itself.
It for sure is. It for sure is. It's just enjoyable, I do software during the day. So
software.
Yeah.
Clack. Yeah.
This gets me out of the house.
Okay.
It's a good social thing for me. It's a good, again, challenging the introversion. Just getting out there.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, outside of that, I just got 2 beautiful daughters at home, 2 and 5.
Okay.
My wife, and that's where I get a lot of my humor from.
And your support, right? That's your support system.
For sure.
You gotta have it. You gotta have that support system, because if you don't, you won't go anywhere, man. You gotta have that. So shout out to the daughters and the wife at the house. I saw you driving the Tesla today, flexing a little bit, but it's good. Okay, so is there anything that we didn't cover that you'd like to cover before we move on to the move on?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's awesome being here. Just really excited. Again, looking for any people looking for shows. Just check us out. Bust Out Laughing. It's BUS outlaughing.com.
Right.
Props to the wife for coming up with that name.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought that was you. See, now you're not only driving your wife's car flexing. She came up with the name. You said you was for. See, you're a fraud, man. That's what
exactly. It's all a sham.
It's all a sham. The wife is the one behind it. She's the one making the wheels move, and we didn't even know it. I should have brought her on the show, man.
Yeah.
Should have brought her on the show. No, but seriously though, man, what you guys are doing is awesome. I love it, and I can't wait to be a part of your next gig, and I can't wait to work with you again in the future. Thank you for coming to LOL Fridays. We really appreciate you stopping by, and hopefully Shadow and we can actually work with something, because Shadow does some comedy stuff too, so he may want to collab with you, do some cross promotion, and maybe bring a show to SAC with some of the hottest comics we got here in Sacramento. So, I mean, there's lots of possibilities here. So, we're not done, not by a long shot, all right?
Awesome,
so,
yeah.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in on the lives. Make sure that you click like and subscribe to the YouTube channel right there. Okay, so I'm Defunct the Legend. This right here is who?
Justin Greenberg with Bust Out Laughing.
Yeah, baby. And this is hyperadio.com. You know how we do, baby. Each and every Friday we bring it to you. What do we bring to you? Well, I tell you what, we bring LOL Fridays, okay? Not only do we bring LOL Fridays, but we bring the hottest of the hot, okay? All right, so you keep it right here, man. It always goes down right here on hyperadio.com.